Good afternoon or good morning, wherever you are, and welcome to a special Wrestlemania Nerd Nation live stream coming from my room. We're all quarantined, so nobody can go anywhere. I've been quarantined for 3 years, but that's another story. Joining me, and today I am called Rowdy Chubby Piper, I have with me Zamamania and, of course, David. Hello, there.
Oh, all right, let's do
I
this.
love it.
All right, so this has been a very, very, very interesting couple of weeks since the thing that shall not be named because everyone's getting demonetized. Oh no, wait, we're not getting monetized. Corona. Since Corona has kicked in, everything's taken a very interesting twist in the wrestling world. Rather than do like everybody else and just cancel everything, they've risked it and carried on. And with that, we've had both AEW and WWE hosting shows with no audience. And boy, oh boy, has it been weird. So first of all, before we go into WWE's stuff, I just want to say that out of the two, AEW handled it better by having other wrestlers in the crowd, yelling, creating a bit of atmosphere and things like that, taunting wrestlers. They definitely took the better approach of it. They're all together anyway. They're taking the precautions. WWE has just been one wrestler or two wrestlers, whatever, the commentary and an empty crowd, and it's been massively different. Which, much like everything else to do with this virus, it's always the littlest people, like the fans or the service workers or whatever, that prove how vital they are to the ethos of something. That being said, let's go into thoughts on people and the approach by the wrestling industry. So, Jose, what are your thoughts on how the wrestling industry has reacted to the coronavirus?
First things first, fuck this virus. That's all I've got to say regarding that. Now, as far as the business goes, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't in this situation for both companies. I mean, I get that AEW wants to present, their product. They're still fairly new. They're still trying everything they can to get the viewers in, which is a smart move. But now with this corona taking effect and forcing Florida to go into a lockdown, there's not much else they can do. As far as WWE goes, oh, shit, they are not ready for this. This is very crippling, to say the least, for them, because after being in existence for over 60 years, for the first time ever, after these next 2-3 days pass, Vince McMahon is going to be forced to sit on the sidelines. So, yeah, this whole thing sucks for the wrestling industry as a whole.
Yep. Zam?
Yeah, well, as you guys know, I'm no longer a massive wrestling fan anymore. I got more of a voyeuristic approach, but I was hugely curious once I found out that there was both AEW and WWE were doing shows without fans. And so I have watched some snippets on YouTube, and I saw the first episode of SmackDown they did without fans, and it felt like watching development talent, doing their thing, like practicing and stuff like that. It didn't feel like authentic, like the hollowness of not having fans just felt bizarre. And now they're going to be doing WWE, that is, they're going to be doing the biggest event on their calendar with no fans. It sounds preposterous to me. They should have just put this on the sidelines. Going on to AEW, I like the way they've been doing their vignettes and their promos. They're not trying to talk to an empty arena and pretend there's fucking people there. They're talking to the camera a lot of the times, and that's a much better way of doing things. And when you're watching both products, you're absolutely right, Jose. WWE have no idea what to fucking do. The fact that they're doing this show, and I feel so sorry for Drew McIntyre having to go through this shit.
You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Either way.
I personally hope he actually loses, but you shouldn't fucking win like this. You know what I mean? But I hope he does get a chance to win it. But we can go on about that a bit later. Nevertheless, I don't think they should be doing WrestleMania this year, but they should be doing it a lot later, restructure the calendar. It gives them a chance to freshen things up. This whole fucking thing, they've been very stale. All the things are all the fucking same. Freshen up could have been just yabbering on now. I've got nothing more to say.
So basically, on your point there, Zam, this would have been the perfect opportunity for WWE of all companies to shut everything down and go back to the drawing board and rethink everything because the product is hemorrhaging money now. It is there is a massive conflict going on between Vince McMahon and literally everyone else. He fired like two massive board members as well because they all said to save money, and he's like, "No, I'm just going to buy up all the talent." And
God damn it! If you don't agree with my vision, you're fired.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So they should have shut down production, gone back to the drawing board, had a rethink, come back fresh and invented. When this whole thing was over, WrestleMania should have just replaced SummerSlam. Okay, just instead of SummerSlam, we've got WrestleMania. Nobody gives a fuck about SummerSlam. WrestleMania is the big one on the calendar, followed by Royal Rumble. And they're always the two big ones that people genuinely care about. So they should have just pushed it back and and just rethought this whole thing. But Vince is a weird person. He doesn't believe in getting ill or tired or all this kind of. He has such a weird ego upon him.
Sleep is the enemy.
Yeah, sleep is the enemy. Sneezing, lack of control, this kind of stuff. So this whole situation is more about his ego than anything else, and he's putting everyone at risk. With AEW, Tony Khan just said to them, "Look, if you want to do this, we'll carry on. If you don't want to do this, we'll stop." And a lot of wrestlers were like, "No, we want to carry on." And there's no punishment if they self-isolate. There's no punishment. They still get paid and all that. With WWE, we don't know what the fuck is going on because they're independent contractors. They might have to apply for unemployment if the company stops doing shows. So, yeah. Thoughts on WrestleMania going ahead? What do you lot think?
Well,
go ahead, Sam. No, go ahead.
Okay. McMahon's ego it's on another level, isn't it? I mean, he is basically the Donald Trump of fucking wrestling. I mean, no wonder him and Trump are best mates. They're fucking birds of a feather. And you can see it in the way he operates his business. Yes, he has been successful in the past, but you need to keep up with the times. You can't be so egotistical. But this is the same man who kept the show running after Owen Hart died. I mean, this is the same man who went to Saudi Arabia after an American citizen, Jamal Khashoggi, was murdered. Was murdered there. You know what I mean? He has. You don't expect much from this guy. He thinks about his wallet first, and everything else comes second. So many wrestlers have died under him as well. So many people have died young, and I'm sure his brutal schedule plays a part in that. What he's doing is absolutely it's disgraceful. I mean, this guy wants to control everything, and finally he can't, and I fucking love it. I fucking love it, man. He's under the thumb for once in his fucking life, and I just wish once again he just would have stopped Mania and just started it another day. He could have brought wrestling back with WrestleMania. I mean, what a way to start. Bringing WWE back. WrestleMania as the first fucking show, not the last show, but the first show. He missed a trick there, fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I have to say.
Oh, well said, Jose.
Shit. I'm gonna just be blunt about it. Is anyone really surprised that Vince would do shit like this? I mean, come on. I'm not. The fact that this son bitch is like.
Oh. I don't know.
Oh, Jose.
Lost it. Okay.
Damn, he went all stone cold there.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
On that point, though, apparently, I can't remember with WWE, but with AEW, they now are no longer allowed to. They've been shut down, but they've got about 6 to 8 weeks worth of material that they filmed back to back to keep the product going.
Clever.
So
okay, now I'm back.
Yeah, carry on.
Cut out for some fucking reason, probably internet fucked up. But yeah, if people are really surprised, I mean, I'm not. the fact that Vince would allow shows to go on after Owen and then, like we talked about last week, Chris Benoit, it doesn't really surprise me. He is so greedy for money. It's like his ego is fucking just insane to me that he would allow this shit to go on. But, you know, like Zamp said, it should have been the first show that they had. But, yeah, it's Vince. Yep. So what can you do?
Well, yeah, exactly. Nothing you could do. The show must go on, as they say. And I was just saying to Zam that with AEW have now halted production of the product, but they have about 6 to 8 weeks worth of material already filmed. WWE, I think they're also going to be asked to halt production because they were doing it in Florida, and now obviously DeSantis has finally pulled his thumb out of his ass and like put the state in lockdown. And I don't know if they've pre-recorded a load of stuff after WrestleMania because apparently they've done Raw, but nothing else. So I don't know what's going to happen there with them, but they have a huge, obviously, back catalogue to kind of keep them going, which is what they should have just done, just run old matches and all this kind of stuff. But you know, those are the cards you dealt with. And that being said, we are getting WrestleMania, and we have a WrestleMania card. So we're going to go through some predictions. Unless anyone else has anything else to add before that.
I'm good. I'm ready to roll.
All right.
Yes, I got some stuff to add after that. So let's go.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. So let's go with now. I don't know which matches are on tonight and which matches are on tomorrow. Do you know, David?
No, they've never specified that. The funny fucking thing is, last night, I don't know if you guys caught SmackDown or not, but of all the things they did, they had Braun Strowman and Goldberg just be hyped up over a voiceover. Like Michael Cole just randomly announced it. We've known this for a week, but, you know, WWE likes to think we're stupid and that the internet doesn't exist. So, yeah, it's hilarious to me. This is going to be the weirdest WrestleMania of all time. What?
That was the first time they announced it?
Yep.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've known for like over a week.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. But you know what? I am surprised no results have leaked.
Yeah, that's a shocker. I think he's threatening to fire anyone that says anything. Like insiders, whoever, can't say shit.
I literally would. If I was in a position to deal with the leakers, I don't blame the leakers that leak because WWE don't give a fuck about them. But I'd be saying, right, everyone gets a $10,000 fine.
Yep.
Every time there's a leak, then everyone gets a fine. Everyone. And then you'll start seeing people snitching on each other. But whatever. All right, so we have the cards here. I've got a list of the matches. I hope I haven't forgotten anything.
2 have gotten added, so I'll tell you what 2 have gotten added if we can start there first.
Okay, go for it.
Let me...
In fact, you take this one, David. You go for it.
Okay, yeah, we've got Cesaro versus Gulak, actually. Cesaro versus Drew Gulak just got added on the card.
Cesaro versus Drew Gulak.
Yeah, Drew Gulak is one of like the 205 guys, I guess. I think he's one of the cruiserweight guys.
Yeah. He's on the main roster.
NXT guy?
No, he was.
Okay.
He's on like the main roster. I guess he's been kind of doing a tag team with Daniel Bryan or something. Because like you guys, you know, I try to keep up with this shit, but not as much as I used to.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
Drew Gulak.
Cesaro is one of those dudes that's always been extremely underutilized. In my view, should have won a world title years ago.
He needs to win a Royal Rumble and then he'll get elevated. That's really how I see it. You know, he wins the Royal Rumble and then next thing you know, he's on the path to superstardom.
Oh,
he got. Not gonna happen with Vince.
Oh shit! Okay, he got demoted to the kickoff show. That fucking sucks.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, well, look, so I don't know who this fucking Goulash is, yeah. So I'm just gonna go with Cesaro.
Yeah, same here. And then who you got?
I said Gulag's gonna win.
Okay. Yeah, I got Cesaro. And then the second match we got is Natalya versus Liv Morgan. You know, it's WWE's typical, let's get everyone on the roster card because we live in the generation where everyone gets a trophy. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. I said it.
yeah,
No,
that's true.
Natalia.
Yeah, Natalia. I don't give a shit.
Liv Morgan, because they're trying to build her up a bit.
Yep. All right, on to the main card. All right, if you guys want to take it, or I can read off the match.
No, read it. Read it. Keep going, Jose. You're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair for the NXT Women's Championship. I'm going off Wikipedia. I'm going to save the big championship matches for last.
I'm gonna go with Rhea Ripley.
Okay, yeah, I like Rhea
Okay,
Ripley.
I ain't
She's
gonna.
talented.
Yeah.
I don't know who this Stuart Ripley, Ellen Ripley is, so I'm gonna go with a girl who I think is not only fucking beautiful but absolutely fantastic as a wrestler too, and that's Charlotte.
Yeah,
One of the best women wrestlers I've ever seen in my life, ever.
yeah.
One of the best ever.
This is one of the tough calls because it's like Charlotte Flair. She's been there, done that with NXT. She won the NXT Women's title when she first came in, so it's like I get it, but I'm
before you go, I just want to.
Yep.
Sorry, Jose. Sorry, go on.
You're good. I'm just gonna go ahead.
No, I was just about to say.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I was just about to say, just once again with Charlotte Flair, it's amazing that she was the one who came out of her father's shadow and not none of his sons. You know, because. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and go with Charlotte Flair just because this match. I mean, man, if this Corona thing didn't happen, the promos alone would have been fire on it, I think. But yeah, what can you do? All right, and then the next match we're staying with the women. We've got Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler. Very intriguing. Yeah, Shayna Baszler. That's who
I'll go for Lynch because that's who I know.
Okay. And then we've got, we'll get the women out the way. Bayley versus Lacey Evans versus Naomi versus Sasha Banks versus Tamina for a fatal 5-way match.
Fucking hell, I would like to have a fatal 5-way. I'll go with Naomi because she's got a world class cut like epic. It's epic. It's one of the greatest backsides I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
I'm gonna go with I've got two predictions for this match. So either Bayley's gonna win and then Sasha's gonna turn on her at the end, or Sasha's gonna turn on her during the match and get the win.
Yeah, I'm going with Sasha turning on Bayley, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
All right, and then we've got Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. This one's actually been pretty good out of the build-up that they've had for the last few months.
Well, this is a tough one, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I like both guys. I enjoy their work.
I'm going to go with Kevin Owens, but I think he needs to win more than Seth Rollins does.
Yeah, I'd go with Owens because Rollins, he's already been there. He's been WWE champion multiple times, and he's had his chance to be the face of the company. And, Owens has been underutilized in my view.
Yeah.
The entire time that he's been there. So that's my pick. I'm going with KO.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Kevin Owens. But maybe through a DQ win.
Yeah, through a DQ. Okay. All right, and then we've got this one may or may not happen, but we're gonna go with it anyway. The Miz and John Morrison versus the New Day versus the Usos in a triple threat ladder match for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Rumor is, since they may have already taped the show, we don't know what the end result is going to be. So this one's going to be kind of a little bit confusing because allegedly Miz pulled out. So we don't know.
That's interesting. Yeah, because Miz has now gone into isolation.
Yep.
And if they've already recorded it, you reckon?
Yep. Because I don't think this is airing live. To my knowledge, I don't think it is.
So there could be a problem here then. Because if Jomo and Miz won, then Jomo's going to be on his own.
Yep.
Or Jomo, they might not have recorded it, and Jomo has a surprise
partner.
Either way, I think I'm going to go with the New Day.
Okay. Yeah. 8-time tag team champions.
Yeah. Okay, this is what's...
What? Go ahead, Sam.
This is what's going to happen. Yeah, he's going to get his old fucking mate from fucking MMA days. What was his name?
Yeah. Joey Mercury.
That fucking... What's his...
He's retired.
Joey Mercury. Joey Mercury going to come back. Yeah, he'll come back for a payday, dude. Yeah, he'll come back. Yeah, you know, this is like, look, I don't believe if this happens, I'll be fucking amazed. But this is my dream scenario, as it is WrestleMania after all. They'll come back. They'll fucking have something swinging from their fucking crotches and shit. You know what I mean? You know, maybe Melina, what the fuck her name was.
Melina's an NWA.
All right, fair enough. Whatever. Yeah, but maybe something will happen there, and like he'll be. Or John Morrison might just go solo. By the way, I think that might happen. You know, like they'll just use real life as part of the story, saying, you know, Miz had to go to self-isolation, so John Morrison has to do it solo and shit. You know, it might be a good way of making him face. You know, but he should have come back as a face. He's come back as a heel, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So,
but you got to remember, though, there was one time that Kane actually defended the titles by himself in a TLC match. You never know.
Yeah.
Never know.
And John Morrison's got skills, man. He doesn't need Miz. Yeah, he's good enough on his own.
He's amazing, and this shows WWE's supreme lack of creativity. You bring him back, you team him with The Miz. The Miz was the one that ended his WWE career. He beat him to death. It was meant to be, what's his fucking name, the Stegosaurus prick. But he ran his mouth off on Twitter, and they just shoved him in developmental for a bit longer. But it comes back and it teams up with The Miz. They could have had a fantastic back and forth rivalry.
Yeah, but WWE. I mean, come on, continuity doesn't exist.
No,
these days it doesn't.
By the way, Jomo for the by the way, Joe. I'm going to go with what Cousin Cheeto says. Jomo for the win. You know, I think more likely he's going to be fighting on his own. And I think he's going to win it on his own.
Yeah, okay. I think so too. I mean, Jomo's really fucking talented.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going with the Miz and Morrison, assuming that, you know, yada yada. And then staying with the tag team titles, Teddy Long will be proud. It's another tag team match player. We got the Street Profits versus Austin Theory and Aiden Joe Garza. This one seems thrown together out of nowhere, but given the virus, what can you do?
Street Profits.
Yeah, Street Profits.
This is going to be.
I'll just go with the Street Profits.
Yeah.
All right.
Street Profits, but I've already forgotten the other two guys' names.
Yeah, Angel Garza and Austin Theory. They sound like NXT kids.
I thought you said Austin Aries for a second. Yeah.
No. Okay, and then we got Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley. Jesus.
Aleister Black.
What? Yeah, Aleister Black. I know it seems like we're rushing through these matches, but yeah. This card is just so fucking thrown together.
Why the hell have we not had our dream match of Lashley versus Lesnar, for fuck's sake? Why the hell has it not ever happened? You know what I mean? Jesus Christ. I mean, like, give the people what they want. You know what I mean? Right. Does he not want to push them? Like, because like he's so. Oh man, like Lashley's come a long way since his last appearance in the WWE. His first stint in the WWE. You know, he's
the smiley kind of slimy heel. He's fantastic, and
he's experience.
He's a black guy, so just smile for Vince McMahon and do a little dance in the ring and just shut the fuck up, because we're not. That's
and if you're a heel, you're from
a bunch of smiling, dancing, fucking Al Jolson types.
And if you're a heel, you're going to be a foreigner. Just know that. You're going to be a foreigner.
Or from the hood. Or from the fucking hood.
From the hood for that.
You're going to be happy, smiling, dancing.
All right. I'm going with Bobby Lashley just because they got to do something with this dude. They need to really build him back up.
Well, I forgot the other guy's name, but apparently he's going to. Yeah, apparently people are thinking that he might need the push so he could win, but I want Lashley to win, so I'm going to go with Lashley.
I want Lashley to win as well because I like Lashley, but I think Black's going to win.
Okay, and then we got Elias versus King Corbin. This one is just, WWE. Come on, guys, why are y'all throwing this shit together? Why?
Yeah. I think given what happened with him getting tossed off the Titantron or whatever he was, I'm going to go with Elias.
I think Elias needs to win.
Yeah, I'll go with Elias. Why not? He's a babyface.
Corbin's a fail, man. He's an absolute fail.
I mean, he's a good heel. Don't get me wrong. I like his heel work.
He is a good heel. Yeah.
They haven't really done shit with him.
You can't push people down our fucking throats. And unfortunately for him, he was.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, he was. But I kind of like how he's handled it. I got a lot of respect. For
Yeah,
how
I agree. You got to do things the right way.
a lot of people wouldn't have handled it how he is, but they throw a lot of crap at him, and he's just gone with it. And I got a lot of respect for him for doing that, because he could have just easily been buried as a nobody mid carder or been relegated back to NXT. But he's worked with what he's been given, and he's done well.
All right, and then we've got Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan for the Intercontinental title. This one I'm actually looking forward to. It's going to be a kick-ass match.
That's going to be a good match.
Yep.
Fucking hell, that's a match. I don't care who wins.
Going to be good.
But Sami Zayn needs to win. Sami Zayn needs to win this match, man. Daniel Bryan, he could lose this match. It won't matter at all. Zayn, this is a massive win for Zayn. I knowing Daniel Bryan, he'll be happy to lay down for him. Whether Vince will let that happen is another thing, but I want Zayn to win, but I think Daniel Bryan's going to win.
I'm going to go ahead and say I think D-Bry gets it, and then Drew Gulak turns on him because it's the classic mentor versus student kind of angle that I think is the bigger picture. Yeah, that's what my view is. It's ultimately to build Drew Gulak up as maybe a potential upper mid card heel, which is what WWE is sorely lacking these days, among other things.
By the way, just want to respond to Cousin Cheetah. These things don't bother me when somebody's already superstar level. It's all right for them to be mid card now and again. Elevate other people and stuff, because Daniel Bryan will always be seen as a top guy.
Yeah, and also he's gonna be winding his career down now. He said when his contract is up, he's either gonna sign to a limited appearance thing, and then he's gonna retire. So for this match, I'm gonna say Sami Zayn with Drew Gulak causing the loss.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say Sami Zayn takes the win on this one because Daniel Bryan can afford the clean loss. But, I wouldn't be surprised if they put the Intercontinental title on him. I want Sami Zayn to win because they've done dick with this dude other than his NXT days. And it took dude 5 fucking years to win the Intercontinental title. 5 years.
Yeah, I don't want to see him lose it again so early. He only just won it a month ago.
Yep.
So.
Okay, and then we've got the Kabuki Warriors versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross for the worthless women's tag team titles, because let's be honest, the tag team women's championship thing, it's a curse. Whoever wins these things, that match really doesn't matter.
That match has piss break written all over it, man.
All over.
100%.
Who are they again?
Asuka and Kairi Sane versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross.
I'll go for Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, but I know who Alexa Bliss is. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, same.
I'm going with Alexa and Nikki, just because fuck it. All right, and then did you give a prediction, man?
Yeah, I said Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross.
All right, and then here's a weird one: Otis versus Dolph Ziggler. I think it's the love triangle storyline that they're going with. Dolph Ziggler, I'm sorry, man. You peaked years ago. You're kind of stuck in that mid-card hell, and you'll probably never overcome it now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the big guy. Otis wins this match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go with Ziggler, but I don't know who Otis is.
Otis is great.
All right, and now I think we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here, folks. We're going to go next with Edge versus Randy Orton, my most anticipated match for this. This is the one I cannot wait to see. The build for this has been fucking amazing. Edge has come back. He comes back in the Royal Rumble. They tease a rated RKO reunion. Randy Orton RKOs and beats the shit out of Edge with a steel chair. Beth Phoenix suffered a RKO. Oh, man. Orton is doing some of the best work of his career right now, and Edge still has it, despite being in his mid to late 40s.
He's almost 50.
Yep.
He's almost 50. I just want to say, I think this match is going to be the last match of Saturday night tonight.
Yeah.
I think this will be the main event. I think this will be the main event of Saturday night. I do think Edge is going to win this match. Is it? By the way, is this match no
last man standing?
Last man standing. So that means no rules, yeah, basically.
Yep.
Yeah, which is what you need in a match like this. Yeah, because they made the mistake with Orton and Triple H when he beat the shit out of Triple H's family by fucking over Stephanie and shit. By not making it a stipulation match. I'm glad they made this one a stipulation match. If it becomes quite gory and bloody and whatever and shit, it would be great. I mean, these two guys should pull off a memorable last man standing match. So, yeah, but I think Edge is going to win it.
Yeah.
Edge. Edge is going to – the market wants to see Edge kick Randy Orton's ass so bad.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be an Edge win. It's quite funny because the last time Randy Orton was remotely interesting in any feud was against Christian back in 2011 with the One More match.
9 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
Fuck, we're getting old.
Randy Orton is like possibly one of the most boring people on the roster. He's part of the quartet of the dullest fuckers to ever grace the WWE. Like Triple H, I like as a talker, but as a wrestler, he's boring. Randy Orton, boring. Alberto Del Rio, boring. Sheamus, boring.
Undertaker, boring. I want to add that in there. I hate his promos. I hate Undertaker's promos.
Some amazing matches, man.
No, promos. I was thinking promos.
Yeah.
I was just thinking promos.
Undertaker, but
his promos. Yeah.
I care more about the matches more than anything.
Okay. No, I agree with you there. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you meant promos.
No.
Okay.
No, I mean to watch in a match. I don't, because promos. If you're good, it's a bonus. If you're not good, I don't really care. But if you're an excellent wrestler like Cesaro, I'll love to watch you wrestle.
I kind of agree and disagree with you. Like, I do feel that Randy Orton is a fantastic wrestler who is restricted by the way WWE does things. And if he was allowed to let himself go a bit
he's a competent wrestler, but he's
very agile.
He doesn't push himself. He plays it too safe all the time. He could easily, because he's got carte blanche, he could easily just say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You know, when he smashed the bell over somebody's head a couple of years back, okay, WWE were furious with him. And he said, I don't give a shit. Fire me then. He doesn't care, but he's complacent in his position, and it's him that doesn't push himself. So with Edge tonight, I expect we will see a good Randy Orton, like the early days of Randy Orton, where he was like interesting.
Well, that's what I was kind of thinking as well. I mean, like, I think in his early days, because he was supposed to be like the next big thing. He never really achieved it, in my opinion. I mean, he's always going to be. He'll be remembered, but I don't think he never reached John Cena's level.
No,
my view on Orton is like, okay, yeah, he can turn it on when he wants to, when he has that desire in him to have a kick-ass match, have a kick-ass feud. He's going to do that. And with Edge, it's going to be magic. It's going to be like we're watching, the good old days tonight. And I think that's your main event. But, with Orton, yeah, he has got complacent. He's like, yo, I'm still getting 6 figures. I'm getting paid either way. I may not have to be the top guy anymore. I may not need the belt anymore. But as long as I'm getting paid, I show up, I do the gig, and then I go the fuck home.
That's it.
Jose, by the way, this match, by the way, might not be able to feel that emotion when you're watching it, if you know what I mean. I do think the crowd will make a difference.
There's no crowd. The fact that there's no crowd is what really is going to diminish the quality of the show, but it's not entirely WWE's fault. I mean, what else could you do?
Yeah.
So this is going to be one of those WrestleManias that will just be fucking weird. But
by the way, before we continue, what you said regarding the AEW putting the wrestlers as fans, WWE should do that as well. Just like have the wrestlers sitting in the audience, and when it's their time, they come out of the audience and into the match, and it'll be just so much better.
Yeah, why not?
Doing it that. Yeah, give it some sort of atmosphere. What I mean.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Kazuchika Orton should have been the one of the people to beat Undertaker.
Yeah.
Why not?
I agree. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the guy's a legend killer, and he never killed any of the fucking legends. It was ridiculous. Hogan, Taker, Triple H, fucking Shawn Michaels, all the plethora of fucking. Sorry?
He's beat Undertaker, just not at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I know, but where it matters is fucking WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And even when he did beat Undertaker, he never beat. Did he beat him cleanly?
Once, maybe.
Because for me, because like what's his name? Is it Kozlov? He fucking beat Undertaker cleanly. He got nothing for it, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and he beat him on SmackDown as well. Couldn't believe that shit.
Okay, now here we go.
I'm sorry.
Now here we go into what WWE is actually going to benefit from with the backstage pre-tape matches. Starting off first with The Undertaker versus AJ Styles in a Boneyard match. We all know that it's the PG version of a Buried Alive match.
Yeah.
Undertaker actually has been kind of reverting back to American Badass.
So happy. I'm so happy with that because I've never, like. It was all nostalgic for a little while, but the American Badass is grounded in reality, and you need that in today's wrestling, in my opinion. All these bullshit gimmicks, you know what I mean? A dead man, Undertaker, like that was once upon a time, but nowadays, ground it a bit. I'm glad he's now speaking like a human being again. It's just, I prefer this gimmick. I've always preferred this gimmick to the dead man gimmick. I'm happy to see it, and Undertaker's gonna fucking win easily, in my opinion. He's not gonna lose this match. Not this match.
Undertaker ain't losing, and I know people are going to be like, yeah, does it really matter if Undertaker wins or loses? Not at this point. I mean, come on. He's lost twice. AJ Styles, I'm going to be real. I know people are going to hate me for this. I think The Undertaker or AJ Styles is retired from being great, in my opinion. I don't think AJ really has it to deliver a great match.
He's not young anymore, dude. He's not young anymore. You can see it in his face and stuff. The guy can't.
TNA AJ was phenomenal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally phenomenal. And I think in Ring of Honor or New Japan as well, he was like outstanding. But
TNA was
AJ's had a couple of good matches here and there. But
his feud with Samoa Joe. Oh.
Yeah, his feud with Samoa Joe, the matches that he had with Christopher Daniels. The stuff he did, like Jay Lethal, Sanjay
Dutt. With Christopher Daniels. Oh, that was so good.
Yeah.
The matches he had in TNA, especially with the six-sided ring, was the best. Yeah. The best era, like early mid-2000s, was the best for TNA.
Yeah, 05 to 09 was the best TNA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all three of us are going Undertaker.
Yeah. Just because... And if they can keep Taker as this like hybrid Undertaker, kind of the combination of badass meets like Lord of Darkness, I'll take it because I like kind of the mix that they've had with Undertaker recently, where he's like being real, he's being more of himself as he should be. All right, and now John Cena versus The Fiend in a basically backstage Firefly Funhouse match. Bray needs to win this one.
They've got to go with Bray.
Yep.
Bray has to win.
Bray needs.
He has to win. It'll be John fucking Cena, mate.
Yeah.
It'll be John Cena, man. John Cena will win this match, and then he'll go back to Hollywood.
Yeah. Is it really gonna? Because now
I'm stick with the Fiend.
The Fiend, that's who I'm going with too.
No, because I just don't expect WWE to do the right thing, man. You know what I mean? Not with Bray Wyatt. They just flop all the time, man. This match. They fucked with him. They've ruined him so many times.
Sorry, they made him lose to fucking Goldberg, fucking 50-year-old part-timer.
He couldn't even get him up for the jackhammer.
Yeah.
Jose, is this a gimmick match?
The Firefly Funhouse? Yes. We don't know.
What the fuck is that? The Firefly? Oh my god, man! Oh my god!
Hardy's delete match and the House of Nightmares between.
It had to have John fucking Cena in it. Fruity fucking. It just works. You know what I mean? Oh my god! You've got like the guy who's the, who is like what kids would like to be if they were a wrestler. John fucking Cena going into this.
We got to get the buys for the pay-per-view
children's show. Oh my god!
I guarantee you, made more kids want to be like Bray Wyatt than they would fucking John Cena.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm just thinking through Vince's eyes.
Now, Dr. Thugonomics John Cena, I could be like, all right, I'm with it, but I ain't with this goody two shoes John Cena, man. I mean, come on now, man.
It's like growing up, I fucking hated Hogan as a kid. I hated it. It was a cheesy sack of shit. I always rooted for The Undertaker when he was like the villainous bad guy and all of that. I never wanted to be. My friend is brain dead moron. He just whatever you tell him to like, he'll like. He was like, yeah, Hogan. I was like, I'm just gonna tear your hair out now and tombstone you. Jeff Hardy wins.
Look, my opinion on John Cena, by the way, is that, and I said this when I used to do my wrestling rants, is I think he's a terrific, complete wrestler. Great on mic, obviously, that goes without saying. I think he's a fantastic wrestler as well, but he was always shoved down our throats. We got, there was always just Cena, and he always somehow ended up being an underdog in everything he did. Yeah, he fucking won all the fucking time. He buried people all the fucking time. I should have realized that he was going to beat The Rock the first time. The way they approached that match, because he said, he came across as too confident. Of course he was going to fucking lose. When you think of it in that aspect. But yeah, that's my issue with Cena. Great wrestler, just too much of him.
Yeah, John Cena. I love Cena, but he's, it's been forced down our throats. It's like, okay, like fucking Subway, for example, like the guy that used to do the Subway commercials. I lost weight from eating fucking Subway. I lost weight from eating fucking Subway. Okay, I get it. Shit. God, we get it. We know. How many more times are you going to repeat this bullshit?
Yeah, exactly. And anyone else that was popular, they just fucking hooked John Cena onto the back of that person's popularity. They did it with Wade Barrett. They did it with Zack Ryder. They've done it with CM Punk, with Daniel Bryan. Every fucking time, it's like, just fuck off.
Yeah, they used Zack Ryder's popularity with John Cena, and then they buried him with John Cena. It was fucking ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Over.
No. I'm saying I'm not saying that. I'm saying that because Zack Ryder got himself over, they coupled that with John Cena, and then they buried him with John Cena. Fucking idiots.
John Cena is the male equivalent to Stephanie McMahon. That's right. I went there. I said it.
Yeah,
all right.
Spot on.
Here we go. Goldberg versus Braun Strowman. Oh, shit. Man. Talk about bad timing.
Goldberg. Yeah. I want
Strowman to win, but Goldberg. Yeah. Goldberg. But you know what? Goldberg is not going to... I think Goldberg's going to pull out a new finishing move, because there's no way he can pull off a jackhammer slam on Braun Strowman. There's no fucking way in hell. So you're gonna have. I think you're gonna see something new coming from Goldberg in this match for sure.
Have him do a swinging neck breaker and pin him if that's got to be like a modified version of a jackhammer. It may not be the most effective, but it works.
Yeah. If Braun Strowman wins, this will be my feel good moment of WrestleMania for me.
Yeah, I like Braun,
but this will be second because I want Strowman to win. But WWE just keep burying him because I don't know why.
He says he's a mid-card monster now.
He's the mid-card monster that wore an elf costume, so that's the first thing I'm always going to think of when I think of Braun Strowman.
I've seen the guy in drag. Yeah. I've seen him in drag. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
And then the match that I would be so fucking excited for, the main event, assuming this thing never happened. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but for the sake of it, I want Drew McIntyre, or I want Brock Lesnar to retain and get Drew, have Drew get his moment at a bigger time. Yeah. I want Drew to have his moment in front of a crowd.
Yeah, I do too. I think the way they've built McIntyre up with all the WWE.com, YouTube vignettes and all of that, they did it with Kofi, they did it, with Bryan and all that. So I think McIntyre's going to win. But I agree, they should put a little twist where he doesn't and he gets it at SummerSlam instead.
Yeah, because I want to see McIntyre win it in front of a crowd. I mean, like, if he wins it tomorrow night, I'm not going to be pissed. Like, I'm like, go McIntyre, I'm all for you. But the fact that the lack of a crowd is what's going to kill me, because I'm like, man, I feel bad for you more than I do anyone else on this fucking card, because this is your moment. You've busted your ass. You got fired from WWE. You went to TNA. You had a hell of a run there. You went to the Indies. You reinvented yourself. You came back. You busted your ass to get to where you are, and now here we are.
Undertaker endorsed him as well, by the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah. I'm gutted for him. Like, if he does lose at WrestleMania, it will be the first time. It'll be the first time since Triple H beat Booker T WrestleMania 19 to a heel one.
Cena retained at 22. He retained at 23. Who was the last?
No,
one?
a heel winning
one?
at WrestleMania.
A heel retaining at WrestleMania. Yeah,
on the go home the final match?
God, I want to say
it's Triple H Booker T, isn't it?
It can't be that. Yeah, let's see. All right.
I can't remember.
Because now that we're over the card, we can find out.
And if a heel's going to win WrestleMania, then as the final show, maybe 36 could be the best one for a heel to do it with no crowd.
I say as well, when Brock Lesnar kind of first came back, I just no interest. But Brock Lesnar's attitude in the ring, all the faces that he pulls, all the gestures that he does, and all that has made me like him more now than when he first ran in the company. Like his decimation at the Royal Rumble, or him decimating people at the Royal Rumble and pulling all the faces, just cemented him for me as somebody I actually really like now. But I prefer Drew McIntyre in every other way. So obviously I want Drew McIntyre to win. But yeah,
I mean, either way,
I don't care.
Oh no, I know who it was. Jericho was the last heel to retain because he defeated Edge at WrestleMania 26 a decade ago.
Ah,
yeah.
Hold on, was that the last match of the night?
No, but as far as no.
Yeah, it has to be the last match of the night.
Triple H versus wasn't either.
Wasn't it? I'm sure it was.
No, Lesnar versus Angle was the last match of WrestleMania 19.
Oh, fair enough.
But yeah,
I'll take that back.
I get what you're saying, though.
No, I'll take it back then. I take it all back. It has to be the last match. I don't think a heel's ever done it then.
Okay, as far as a heel retaining, have they ever done that? No, Triple H. Yeah, Triple H at WrestleMania 2000 may have been one of the only heels to actually retain as champion because I can't remember anybody else that did.
Yeah.
Because he did it at WrestleMania 2000 with that fucked up heel turn by Vince that made no goddamn sense.
Oh yeah.
I just don't want Drew McIntyre to not lose momentum if he doesn't win because of the booking would only be that due to the circumstances. But I would want him to become WWE champion. That goes without saying. I mean, he deserves it. You know what I mean? He's just brilliant. He's a brilliant wrestler. His dedication to the art is there to see. I've seen him in interviews. This is what he wants to do more than anything. I just hope he doesn't become another Benoit though. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
His dedication takes him over the edge. That what worries me because he's got some similarities. You know what I mean? Like he cares about the business so much that you almost feel like he doesn't give a fuck about anything else.
Yeah, just watch your head. That's all I can say. Watch your head.
Yeah,
but he's a brilliant. I mean, the guy is so agile for a big man as well. I mean, he's not a fucking shrinking, but he's 6'5", man. The way he moves about and stuff, brilliant. I love it.
You want to know the sad fucking thing? The sad fucking thing about all of this is if McIntyre gets it, he's going to be overrated and pushed down our throats and John Cena within the next 6 months, according to a lot of the internet, the ones that, they say they know what they want, but in reality, they don't.
They never know what they
want. That also sucks.
They just want CM Punk back. That's it.
Yeah, CM Punk, that ship has sailed for me.
No, CM Punk can't come back, man. I don't even like CM Punk anymore, man. I don't like him as much as I used to. I think the guy, he comes across as a bit of an arsehole. He's an
arsehole, but he doesn't. He never shies away from that fact. He tells you, he says, "Yeah, I'm not easy to deal with. I don't have many friends, and the ones I have, I keep it limited."
He's burnt a lot of bridges. That's all I'm just saying. You know what I mean? He's burned more bridges than he should have. The Colt Cabana thing, but it should never have gone where it should. I mean, those guys have been worked on the circuit for years. It shouldn't have gone that far.
Exactly, Cheat. So yeah, great wrestler, bad attitude.
Yep, I would agree with that. As far as Punk goes, I don't give a shit of whether or not he comes back. I'm like, the dude's done it all at this point.
He's done it all. I loved it when he was around, but I don't need to see him.
Yeah. Also, his stock just fell big time after losing his MMA matches.
The fact that he got his ass kicked in UFC, he should have never signed with UFC. Had he would have never done that, it would have been like, okay, dude, cool. I would have been kind of hyped to see him back. But now, too, the fact that your body is just not the same anymore. As you get older, father time catches up to you.
It's almost disappointing. it's actually almost disappointing that he came back to the WWE because he could have broken that thing of like they never come, of they always come back, and he did. Whether he wrestled or not, he fucking came back. However terms you want to put it, he was back in the WWE, and that's also disappointing in a way. He should never have come back. He should have worked for somebody else.
I know people are going to say, "Oh yeah, well he's not technically under contract to WWE. He appeared on WWE TV. It's the same damn thing.
Yeah.
The second you appear on WWE TV, you basically gave in to Vince and basically said, "Okay, well, I'm back."
Well, apparently the
could have gone to AEW.
Do any kind of deal with the CM Punk. That's why he's not actually back. Apparently, CM Punk reached out to return, and Vince was the one that said no. But that's hearsay and rumors. You don't know how true that is.
I'm surprised. I don't think Vince would say no to someone like CM Punk. CM Punk is sales, man.
That's what I mean. That doesn't make sense to me. Vince is back worse than CM Punk.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vince could screw Bret Hart and Bret be bitter and pissed for 13 years, you will do anything to come back for a paycheck.
After spitting in his face publicly, man, as well.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar. No, Zam, you said it as well. Brock Lesnar. You spat in his face as well.
Brock Lesnar too. If he can fucking
Lesnar,
if he got jobbed out to look like nothing to Goldberg and then come back, anybody will come back.
That's it, exactly. So that's all of them, isn't it? That's a stack.
Yeah, we made it.
All right. Well, apparently, so one of the things they've been saying, obviously, because of the lack of crowd, it's kind of given Vince a bit of a mouth-watering opportunity to always make the WWE a bit more Hollywood, like he's always wanted to, with different angles, different shooting styles, and all this kind of thing.
Do you think we're going to see a lot of quick cuts and editing? I do.
Probably, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think they're going to do a lot of quick cuts, a lot of editing, especially with the backstage matches. They're going to film it all theatrical and shit.
Yeah, with no botches either. They're probably going to re-record all the botches.
And Kevin Dunn is going to be like, okay, go to camera 3.
Kevin Dunn.
Camera 3.
Yeah,
I can hear that now. I can hear Kevin Dunn, the Bucky Beaver motherfucker, in his headset, getting ready to be.
I think this is going to be to the detriment because wrestling fans know wrestling, and they're going to know that even though they know this is pre-recorded, they're going to know something's up regarding the editing big time. It's going to feel it's going to take him out of. I think if they chop it to fucking pieces and they make it too movie-like, it's going to take you out of the experience. I do think it will.
I totally agree.
I mean, you're already out of the experience without a fucking crowd. This is going to take you to another level. But I'm fascinated. I'm interested. I mean, this is the experiment right here. This fucking WrestleMania.
You get more numbers than usual out of curiosity, more than anything.
Yeah. If nothing else, they're going to do good viewership only because you got your diehards that are going to watch this shit. You got your curious, and that's basically who you're going to be getting your numbers from, is the people that haven't watched this shit in years, or you're going to have your people that just want to watch it for shits and gigs, like me. And yes, Cousin Tito, this is the guy that brought the XFL back.
Yeah.
And failed again.
Yeah. Well, it only failed because it had to cut it back because of the
Corona bullshit.
But it was doing good numbers. It was actually doing good numbers. People were into it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But so I think that's it then, guys. Anyone, Zam, you want to add anything?
Well, going back to AEW, I was just mentioning regarding Brody Lee. It was really interesting watching his segments of him taking the piss out of Vince McMahon with the steak and the fucking sneezing and stuff like that.
But I also before I eat. No one eats before I eat.
But I was also watching. I was listening to when I was working. I was listening to the Jericho podcast, and he had him. And the fact that Vince couldn't understand how somebody who looked like him didn't sound like a redneck and had a New York accent. Vince couldn't. The way Brody Lee was talking about, like Vince couldn't understand how he could look like he did and have a New York accent, and Vince was trying to make him talk with a redneck accent, and he couldn't, and he couldn't pull it off. Which is why a lot of the times when he was Luke Harper, he hardly spoke. Yeah, he was always just this menacing, quiet-eyed guy, and the guy can talk. he can talk and he's very confident. And
if you watch him in Up Up Down Down, he was so articulate.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
fantastic.
That was the first time I heard him talk. Actually, up, down,
Really?
down. Yeah, but I think I just stopped. I stopped watching wrestling and stuff.
And there was I don't know which one of the two from the Ascension, the bigger guy. I think it's Connor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the
Funny
Ginge.
as hell in Up Up Down Down. Funny as hell, bubbly, full of life, and they give him this shitty fucking Legion of Doom gimmick. And all of that. You know, work with a person's personality. You can get so much more out of them. But you know, WWE as a product as a whole is just it's garbage. I can't watch it. I'm only been watching last couple of weeks out of curiosity.
Yeah, as soon as this is over, I'm going right back into obscurity as far as like keeping up with this shit goes. I mean, I'll try to keep up with AEW, but as far as WWE, it's like the one good thing that's going to come out of this is that now they're forced to take an off season. Thank fucking God.
Yeah,
that's going to be the one good thing that happens for this.
Yep.
Yeah,
is that they can finally rest.
Yeah, the players, the wrestlers can rest and get some family time and all that shit. And yeah.
I also want to add, like I've been when I stopped watching wrestling. I mean, this is something I did truly fucking love to bits. So much so, I did reviews of it. But I was obviously still curious on the other aspects of it, and so I was watching Up, Up, Down, Down. I watched the major podcast, and you're watching these wrestlers being themselves, and you think to yourself, "Shit, like Vince is missing a trick." You know, when you see people like Heath Slater and Zack Ryder and Curtis Hawkins and you're seeing Apollo Crews and you're seeing Kofi. I know he's being used and stuff like that, but all the wrestlers they have, all the luchador wrestlers they have and stuff like that on their show who work for the WWE and who the mid-carders who are willing to hang around with them and stuff like that. You know, it's amazing. You know, like these guys are so fucking talented and WWE just not using them. Yeah, you know, not using them at all.
Literally have the same because everything is so scripted. So controlled, more than
micromanaged to death.
Everyone sounds the same. Everyone cuts the same promo. Even the matches, you can go by the numbers what each wrestler's gonna do at what point in the match. If it's gonna be a 20-minute match, you know roughly when they're gonna do this move, that move. You know it's gonna come. And with NXT, the difference there is you don't know when it's gonna come.
That's because here's the thing. Vince is a fucking tightwad. He has to have everything go exactly his way. It doesn't matter what the fuck it is. It could be even something as simple as the graphic for the fucking show. He would even bitch about that if it came down to it. He has to have everything his way. And Triple H is much more relaxed, even with the commentators. Like, okay, Michael Cole gets a lot of shit. I actually like Michael Cole when Michael Cole can be Michael Cole.
Yeah.
I liked him as a heel.
Yeah.
Loved him as a heel.
Like when Michael Cole can be Cole and be himself, and when he was produced by Paul Heyman, I actually like Michael. But with Vince, it's like, shill the network, shill how long we've been on the air, shill this, shill that. Stop
and
that.
And he gets the thick end of it, and he doesn't deserve to.
Yep.
Yeah. So
yeah, but you know, like I'm watching, like, you know, like seeing someone like Heath Slater, like people might laugh at me because of how he's portrayed by the WWE, but the guy's fucking talented. He really is fucking talented. You know what I mean? In various ways, funny as hell. Like, you know, like Zack Ryder again. I mean, the guy's got it. He's got the it factor, and the WWE just blew it, man. They shoved him aside after he got himself over. And I saw Damian Sandow. I saw an interview with on Chris Van Vliet. Have you heard of him?
Yep.
Chris Van Vliet. Yeah.
Van Vliet. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. And watching his interview, like, a guy is just, you know, he's an entertainer personified. Like, you know, he's naturally got it. You know, someone like Damian Sandow, and they just blow it. Like,
if you watch him on NWA, he's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, he's not just doing wrestling now, though. Like, he's trying to get into. I think he's trying to get involved in more in Hollywood and stuff like that.
No. Since that interview, he's come back into wrestling. He works for the NWA. Funny as hell, brilliantly entertaining as a smarmy heel intellectual. Easily one of the funniest and best on the roster.
He's got just natural charisma. You see some of these guys, they just got it, and even the ones who don't have maybe the natural charisma are just great wrestlers, and the charisma can be second to that. When you see someone like, for instance, like Rey Mysterio, he hasn't got natural charisma, in my opinion. He can pull off some moments now and again, but he's just a great wrestler. And Chris Benoit was the same. Their wrestling did the talking, and the charisma came second. Some of these guys have got it both in abundance. And WWE just doesn't use them, and it really pisses me off. And one of the reasons why I just don't watch it anymore, but I can't put myself through the disappointment hoping that somebody would change when they've never changed.
And here's how fucking petty they are. They only sign these guys just to have them. That's the only reason they're there.
Yeah.
That's the only reason they have them. Is just
a lot of them are paid to stay at home.
Yeah, we're gonna pay you like maybe $125K a year to do fucking nothing. You may get a house show or two if you're lucky, but for the most part, you're gonna be backstage eating catering and breaking up brawls because that's what you're useful for.
Yeah,
you're just another body.
People are saying they need to bring that wage bill down and get rid of people, but Vince just doesn't share. He's done. People always want to laud the WWE, but he did so much damage to the industry by destroying the territories,
monopolizing every fucking thing. By monopolizing everything.
Yeah. He destroyed it by monopolizing everything. If it wasn't for Ted Turner being a huge wrestling fan and having WCW, we only would have had WWE because WWE didn't turn a profit until 96, 97, the height of NWO stuff.
Let the matches do the talking and for the naturally gifted in the ring, but not on the mic. I agree. Here's how wrestling should be booked in my view. Wrestling needs to be something for everybody. You can have the soap opera element. I get that because it's necessary. But you also got to have great matches. You got to have promos. You got to have characters that we all can believe in. You want to be able to look at that guy and go, I want to have a beer with that guy. Or you want to see that girl and go, damn, I'd like to get with that girl. Or damn, I think that lady is really talented. But, that's something you just don't see in today's day and age. You don't see true life characters anymore.
Yep.
You only see what WWE really wants you to see.
I personally don't know about how you guys feel about this, but I'm no longer a fan of the face and heel dynamic. You know what I mean? I just don't think that stuff works. It just, for me personally, faces and heels, it just doesn't work for me. I mean, you could be an annoying character without necessarily being a truly bad guy, and you could be maybe an okay character without necessarily being a truly good guy. Just be a character and just go with it and just see how people bounce off you or whatever. And
just let people decide.
Let people decide and just evolve your characters.
Yeah, the babyface versus heel dynamic, I think, is honestly an outdated concept. It went out the door the day Vince broke all kind of kayfabe. And I know the old timers wanted to kill him for saying it by being, we're not going to insult your intelligence anymore. We're going to, go there. We're going to, do away with the good guy, bad guy dynamic. And that's what worked for the Attitude Era short term. But then the minute that Benoit happened and Linda tried to run for Senate twice and failed, everything got to be micromanaged. Face heel works for the kids. That's why.
It doesn't.
Yeah, well, 9 times out of 10, Cousin Cheeto, you tell the kids to like something, they're gonna fucking like it.
Yeah, but it doesn't work out because the kids. I remember when I was a kid as well. I was cheering on the Undertaker or Yokozuna. The heels. I always preferred the heels.
I love the Hart Foundation when they were heels.
Yeah,
I loved them, man. I loved them.
Brilliant as heels.
When they were heels, I loved them. Yeah.
Natural
them,
disasters.
And Nasty Boys. I even when they were heels as well, I liked them too. With the fucking pit stop. I love the pit stop so much, man. It was great shit, man. I want to quickly say this before I forget, but you mentioned earlier regarding how a WWE match is, and usually how it goes is that the face gets in a lot of offense at first, and then finally a mistake happens, and then the fucking heel gets his offenses, and his offense is a lot of stomps and headlocks and holds and shit like that, maybe a few submission holds and stuff like that. And then after that, it becomes the back and forth, and then it could be anybody's match after that. But usually that's what it is. And I hate the formularicness of the WWE. It's the same with tag matches as well. Eventually the hot tag has to come in. Can't stand all that shit. You know what I mean? It's just so formulaic, which is why I like the gimmick matches so much, because the gimmick matches takes away from the formula. You know what I mean? When you've got street fights and stuff like that, It could be anything. And like I say, TLC match could be fucking anything. You know, it's a spot fest, but it doesn't follow the WWE formula, which is why I love these sorts of matches. Anyway, that's
and here's another thing to add: sell. Jesus Christ, kids, start fucking selling.
Yeah.
Stop doing this shit where you take 5 to 6 clotheslines and get up from each and every one of them. And for the fuck's sake, can we have finishers be finishers again? God damn it.
Yeah. Make the finisher special. Like one of my biggest pet peeves with NXT, although I love the product more than any other wrestling product, it's the constant kickouts.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much. And AEW does that as well. Yep. It's really frustrating. It's like, yes, let finishers be finishers. You do it once, very rarely have that special moment where they kick out. But now, if a guy does a finisher, you know straight away they're going to kick out.
Yep. You know what's coming about 90% of the time these days when you see matches. And I think there's way too many high spots, and I don't think there's enough psychology in today's day and age in wrestling as a whole.
Yeah.
Also, like, there were times when certain moves used to be finishes. Now they're like just part of a move set, like the DDT, the side suplex, you know, stuff like that, the spine buster. They used to, but they're not like the finishing move. And what pisses me off is that when you see a wrestler do something which is not their finisher but part of their move set, and then go for a cover, you know, it's always going to be a fucking 2, you know, and that's what. And I don't like that. I don't like that. It's formulaic. You know, why don't you do the spine buster this time and get the pin? Why don't you do the DDT this time and get the pin? You know what I mean? Why does it have to be a fucking 2 all the time? You know, these formulaic approaches, they need to rewrite wrestling, man. I want to get back into it, but I can't when it's like that. You know, when it's so predictable, you just can't handle it.
Yeah. And I don't have a problem with the WWE being PG rated, but I think it's time they kind of grow up a little bit. I get you want to cater to the kids, but you gotta do something. You gotta try to bring the older viewers back. And here's another thing: what the fuck is it with nostalgia? Like, I get it, but how many times are we going to the well to bring everybody back?
Yeah,
fucking Hogan, mate.
Who cares? He retired.
Yeah, it's like, come on,
not Stone Cold anymore.
Yep.
You know, the nostalgia thing. Because Vince wants a spike in ratings all the time. He's like, tonight I'm going to bring back this person. I need to get the ratings up. It goes, well, you don't have a foundation to carry on. So eventually, the nostalgia is going to wear thin. It's already worn thin. And your numbers are just going to continue to plummet, which they are plummeting now, record low numbers.
I love it.
So the fact that it's like, the literal definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Vince is the emperor. The emperor's got no clothes kind of scenario here. He doesn't know what he's doing, but he keeps doing the same thing. And he won't
out of the way. He's become the very fucking thing he used to hate.
He's a dictator. He's a dictator, man, and he can't let go. He genuinely can't let go. He doesn't trust his family enough to take over, and that's the sad thing. Because he should have let go a long time ago.
I have a theory that I know is going to generate some controversial opinions.
Go for it.
Vince is taking the company with him. I truly, honestly, fucking believe that.
He wants to take it down to the grade with him.
Yep, he wants to take it with him.
Yeah, I would have.
But he bought it from his dad.
What?
But it was his dad's company. He never started it. The thing is, Vince bought a product that was already there. Obviously, he developed it further, but he never started it from scratch.
No,
he never started it from scratch at all. So, I hate to say it, Jose. You might be right.
Yeah, I mean,
no problem.
But I think Vince is trying to take it with him in death. I think that he's doing it to where Triple H and Stephanie are not going to be able to save this shit because I just cannot see it happening.
Yeah, it's not.
He's Captain Ahab, isn't he?
Shout, actually.
Yeah.
All right.
He's Captain Ahab.
But, I think we're going to wrap it up there. It's been going on for quite a bit.
Sounds good.
And, sounds good.
I'll be if you want to join the Fanboy Rage page on Facebook, going to be doing the live text reactions to WrestleMania there, because there's quite a few of us there that are wrestling fans. So if you guys want to join in on that,
Okay.
feel free. Should
That'll
be a
be
laugh
fun.
about it. And yep, I'll see you guys on Facebook for that. If not, I want to thank anyone who joined us. I want to say thank you, and thank you to the hosts.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Have a good night. It's going to be bloody interesting. See you later.
Peace.
Take care, guys. Bye bye.